Okay, so it seems like where is this shopkeeper? I wonder if there's another cave. Because it says he's below. Oh, here it is.
Welcome to the Sacred Grove.
Hello, Yolar.
Looking for someone who'd know some master alchemist formulae.
And you're looking for Gamemaster? Never heard of anyone who would know more about plants and their attributes than he.
Where can I find him?
Here in the Grove. He's got a grotto. But Gamemaster, well, he's a tad eccentric. And he stopped taking on apprentices ages ago.
What do you druids deal in these days?
There's one thing I wish this game was a little better about. I wish it would show me things that I already own. I will take anything that is an alchemy ingredient, though. Because we've got the money. The big thing I want is mistletoe. I don't think he has any.
Farewell.
All right. And then there's the alchemist is down here. Bunch of druids just hanging out, making crap and potions and nonsense.
What do you want now? I taught you all I know.
Wait, we haven't played Gwent yet? Yeah, I remember you.
Round of Gwent.
Fine. Let's play. But you're not to speak.
Been a hot minute. Our deck should be good. His ability cancels my ability, huh? I don't even remember what my ability is. Clear weather's not bad. Commander's Horn is probably overkill. I feel like almost Scorch is overkill. Ooh. Okay. 1, 2. I actually think that's pretty good. All right. Garnath, what's up? Also, Garnath, I will message you soon, my dude. I saw your message yesterday. I got busy and also extremely exhausted. Why can I not pull up Discord? What? Whatever. We'll do it in a minute. Okay. So he's played that. Where the heck? Oh god, I freaked it out. Okay. I don't think I've unlocked the Skellige deck yet. Like, I know it exists, but I don't think I have the ability to use it yet. Ah! Alright. I was hoping I'd keep something a little better than that, but I suppose I'll take what I can get. Spiders! Oh yeah, I'm still missing the big Arrakis card. Oh no, that was a good Scorch. Oh, that was a good Scorch. Hey Brian, what's up? Another Scorch? We are so boned, my dudes. And he's got all like these great legendary cards, and I got nothing. I'm pulling blanks. Oh god, he's got all these healing cards. Yeah, that's dang.
What do you want now?
You know exactly what I want. I want victory.
How about a round of Gwent?
Fine.
All these man, okay, so I should have, okay. All right. Yeah, that's a much better hand. Thank you. Just like nearly pure legendaries. Good grief. All right, let's do. What up? Mysterious elf. Have I tried looking for the school armors? That's actually kind of what we're working on right now. Gosh darn. He is really annoying. I'm just gonna pass and let him. Okay. Oh, we got to keep Dandelion. That's nice. Vampires! I think one of them's a 10. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. That makes this very hard to scorch. Do that. Make it even harder to scorch us. I was trying to drag out his stuff. Keep us as immune to scorch as for as long as possible. To have decoyed the mysterious elf, you can't, because he's a legendary card. You can't decoy a legendary. Not yet. Let's do Leshen. How did Emmerich and Manathir meet? We don't actually have that story. But the traditional way that elves meet their dragons is that when the elves basically come of a certain age, they are permitted to well, the elves of Caledor at least are then permitted to basically enter the caves beneath the mountains of Caledor. I knew he had a fucking scorch. And once they go down into those caves, they gain access to like being able to basically perform the dragon song down there. Aha, we blocked your second scorch though, you bitch. I don't think he's gonna have enough to stop us. No, okay. Victory! All right, good. Oh, I guess we have already beaten him before.
Got anything to sell?
I do, but it's expensive.
He looked very proud of himself for saying his shit's expensive. But yeah, anyway, elves are basically taken down into the caves beneath the mountains of Calador, and they are essentially like kind of introduced to the dragons and are able to perform their own version of the dragon song. The elves are, and if their version of the song basically resonates with any of the dragons, it will establish a relationship. Like the dragon will react and kind of like awaken. Whereas if they, you know, don't have any kind of reaction, then, you know, that's that. So generally speaking, it's all about getting a reaction to awaken one of the drakes, because most of the dragons are like very, very deep in slumber, and have not stirred for, you know, thousands of years, in the vast majority of cases. Trying to figure out what all I need. Do I even have powdered pearl? Oh, that's for gear and items, though. Not alchemy. Yeah, I'll still take it. I've got the money, might as well. Nope, nope, I didn't want that. Oops. That's okay. Oh, that barely knocked me down below 10k.
See ya.
I'd prefer goodbye.
All right. So that should give us the ability to make some more of these big boys. I need hydrogenum. Perfect. Ooh, I need more white gull. I need to stop by a Bartram. Yes, better necrophage oil. Perfect. Then I need albedo. Ah, that's what I needed. Okay, that's what I needed the mistletoe for. That's right. Gives us superior hybrid oil. I need a cave troll liver, cockatrice stomach. Man, we need so many goddamn cave troll livers. I just don't have them. Actually, before we go anywhere else, let me see. Is there any other stuff I can craft? Nope. Well, actually, we could craft a ton of these. I just need to go get white gold. Okay. Cool beans. Ooh, Archgriffin decoction. Very cool. And echidna. Yeah, sure. Hand them over. All right. Hello, Sotek. Hope you're doing well. Ask something about Wulfric's curse until Warhammer 3. Is Wulfric, if best in combat, is he allowed to leave the battlefield or needs to die trying? Because in the game, he could break. Should he be unbreakable? That's kind of a... So, from a purely lore standpoint, Wulfric, with the Curse of Tongues and being Wulfric the Wanderer and all that, he almost assuredly would fight to the death. And would, like, you know, refuse to back down, and if he was, you know, he would fight until the end claimed him. However, that does not necessarily translate to that he should be unbreakable in Total War Warhammer, because there's always kind of, you know, you're always going to have a disconnect between the lore stuff and the stuff that you're gonna see in game, mostly for balance reasons, but also because like if you wanted like that's a level of trying to connect the lore and the game that I generally would not recommend or would frown on, because that's when you start getting into stuff like, well, if you want to be 100% lore accurate, then technically ow. If you want to get 100% lore accurate, technically, like, if any chaos character loses, really, like, most of them would either just die in that final battle, or they would, like, be turned into a chaos spawn. That being said, like, I mean, Wulfric can run from battle. I will say that. Wulfric can absolutely run from battle. We see him do it in his own novel. In the Wulfric novel, he ends up going to Ulthuan, and when he's in Ulthuan, his like band of marauders get absolutely massacred by the High Elves, and Wulfric runs away. Like, he just flat out breaks and runs. And so, like, a lot of those characters would do that. Now, Wulfric might have, the story might be a little different if he was like fighting a particular challenger. Like if there was a certain individual that he had like hunted down all this time. But I would not say that Wulfric would like be unbreakable. I don't think Wulfric should be unbreakable. To me that seems extremely unlikely. Which one is Hanged Man? There it is. Are the two versions of Be'lakor and fantasy and stuff the same? For all, generally speaking, no, they're not the same character. They're notably different. Just like the Kugoth Plaguefather in 40K is not the same Kugoth Plaguefather from fantasy. Like, it's the same character as far as they have a lot of like, they have the exact, generally speaking, they have the same powers, and they also have many similar abilities, or like ideas or even emotions, but their histories are going to be very, very different. The Be'lakor in 40K, like Be'lakor is the first damned in both 40K and fantasy, and he has a similar power set in both of those settings. But like, you know, in fantasy, he's very heavily defined by his relationship with the Everchosens and by his relationship with like the mortal. Like, Be'lakor is much more of a fantasy character than he is a 40K character, from what I understand. I'm not even sure what exactly his role is in 40K, because like in fantasy, Be'lakor's whole thing is that he was basically the first ever champion of chaos, and he coronates the Everchosens, and also tends to go very heavily out of his way to try and kill the Everchosens to take their power for himself. I don't know, like, so like to be similar in 40K, there would have to be like a big relationship between, there would have to be like a large relationship between like Be'lakor and Horus. But I don't believe there is. I don't know. I'm not well versed enough in 40K lore to answer that, I'm afraid. He's just a big bad demon? Yeah. Be'lakor is definitely a fantasy character first who just happens to be in he just happens to be in 40k. I think is the most accurate way to describe him. What's my favorite armor set so far? I mean, I don't remember why, but I've grown attached for some reason to the Griffin set. I couldn't tell you why, to be honest. Ow, 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 ow. I'm on fire. Okay. All right. I think we have one more. Yeah, we have one more set for my Griffin goodies. The game's like, this is too hard for you. Bullshit, it is. I'm going to get it, and you can't stop me, game. You can't stop me. No, Be'lakor the Dark Master, the reason Be'lakor exists, or the reason that whole situation is there is because the Demons of Chaos exist in, oh no, it's right there. The Demons of Chaos exist in both settings, right? And one of kind of like the big draws to demons, ow, rude, I literally just got here, is one of the big draws, for people is that if you play demons, you can play the exact same army in both fantasy and 40k. The only issue you would run into would be like your bases, you know, in fantasy they were squares and in 40k they were circles, but like with AOS that's not even a problem anymore. But like the demons of, you know, they've always existed in both settings, just like they have the same gods, you know, as far as like chaos gods are concerned. It's just kind of one of those interesting crossover tidbits, but they are different. Griffin is a fan favorite. I mean, it is a nice set. Y'all were just hanging out next to drowners, really? So y'all are like really nasty guys. Yeah, you can get that shield out of my face. Wow, did y'all see that? I hit him so hard, he turned into a different person. His upper body changed into a completely different man. Amazing. Okay, so I want to go the opposite direction I'm facing now. All right. Pick up some goodies on the way over. What's this? Valuable fossil. Not like archers. Stop it. I'm sorry, what was that? You say something? No? Hmm? Yeah, you don't need that. Oh, okay, how you doing, dude? Can I tell you stuff about the Beastmen that will actually make you want to play them? That kind of depends. What kind of stuff are you into? I mean, some cool things I can tell you about the Beastmen off the top of my head are things like the Beastmen, just like some really basic good stuff to go over. Does this work on Harpies? It does not work on Harpies. Just a couple of like interesting basic things to go over with them right at the start is that Beastmen are they call themselves and are known as the Children of Chaos. So they were kind of like an accidental creation, but in a sense, the most true creation of chaos when the Dark Gods first manifested on the planet. Because the Beastmen are basically what is left from the first initial incursion of chaos. Because when chaos first came into the world, it unleashed this like massive wave of mutating energy, right? When chaos first broke into existence, there was this big shock wave that went around the planet of ruination and evil, chaotic energy and all this stuff. And the Chaos Moon Morslib was created, and Warpstone rained down from the sky, and there were Warpstone meteors, and there was like Warpstone dust and a bunch of other just nasty stuff coming down everywhere. And because of a lot of that, a lot of the world's natural life was very suddenly and horribly altered and mutated. Mostly featuring around things like, oh, it's a Cyclops. Mostly featuring around things like the early humans and many of the animals that they had like started to spend a lot of time with and tame. So you had all these like early humans that were hanging around like cattle and goats and other like herd creatures, and the all of this energy caused many of them to fuse together into these horrible mixed abominations. But in other cases, there were incidents where humans were affected by the mutating power of chaos, and it caused their inner truth essentially to become their outer appearance. So you have situations like men who were monstrous in spirit became monstrous in form as well, and they mutated to grow like fangs, and fur sprouted from their body, and their feet turned to cloven hooves, and all this other stuff. So it's kind of this whole bunch of combination of features that revolve around this story. But a lot of the Beastmen also represent chaos in its most wild and unrestrained form. So basically the concept of taking like nature or more quote unquote natural aspects of life in reality and cranking them up to a terrifying level. Where these Beastmen, as far as they're concerned, they represent like the true survival of the fittest and like the ultimate evolution of nature and the true greatest expression of predator versus prey, and returning the world to its unnatural natural state. And a lot of the Beastmen, as far as like what mythologies inspire them, there's a lot of really, really cool things going on behind the Beastmen. Many of its characters are inspired by notable entities in our world. Some good examples is Malagor the Dark Omen. Malagor the Dark Omen is oh god. Malagor the Dark Omen is oh, don't fall off the cliff. Wow, this is gonna be interesting.